Eating meat will kill you. Is that a hard thing to say, or is that just the harsh truth? Hi, my name is Dr. Patrick Nuernberger. I work as a physician in Austria, and on my channel I talk about medicine and medical topics. If you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. It doesn't cost a thing, but it helps me with my channel. So coming back to meat. Is meat a good thing? There's, people that say we must eat meat, we always have eaten meat. And there's this other fraction that says, well, meat isn't necessarily the best thing, we should avoid meat and we should eat healthier in not eating meat. But what is true? Well, there's a lot of studies and you can read them. If you read them, you will get the impression that eating meat isn't that great. It is true that sometimes studies have different opinions, yeah, but the vast majority says that meat is not a great thing. There have been a lot of links between meat and certain diseases, such as cancer, colorectal cancer, for example, which is undeniable. If you eat a lot of meat, if you eat a lot of processed meat, your chances of getting colorectal cancer will be higher. That is a fact. We cannot really argue about that. There's also links to other diseases. And eating meat usually also comes with a worse diet in general. So people who eat a lot of processed food, processed meat, are also more likely to eat other very much processed products that will not be beneficial for their health. On the other hand, people who avoid meat and processed food in general, they will probably eat more whole foods, more whole grains, less processed foods, which is in general a good thing for you and your health. So, study section suggests that we shouldn't eat meat. That is a fact. There's a lot of people out there who say that humans have always eaten everything. They've always been omnivores. And that is, for some part, probably true, but on the other hand, not that true as well. If we go back in time, it is true that eating meat has helped us to develop because there has been more food around. Instead of just looking for fruits and vegetables, we could hunt animals and eat them. A very important factor is that we needed fire to eat it, because raw food, raw flesh, raw meat doesn't come into too much handy for human beings. So before the fire, that wasn't such a great opportunity. However, let's talk about after the fire. Yes, they ate a lot of meat, and there's also theories around that the fat in the bone marrows was probably some sort of a natural niche for humans to develop further to survive. So eating meat has helped us to develop. That is correct. It is calories, so it's energy. And more energy, more calories in those times meant development, meant more people, in the sense of more humans around. That is absolutely true and absolutely correct. However, if we think about today, where there's a lot of calories and energy from other sources available that would keep us healthy, why would we eat meat if it makes us sick? Just because of the calories and the energy, we don't need that anymore. We have plenty of other sources of energy and calories that we can use to grow, to get stronger, bigger, faster, whatever you like. And so I don't think it's a good argument to say that just because a few thousand years ago meat was an important or essential part of our diet, that it still should be. It's not necessarily true. Also, there's genetic differences. So some people may digest meat better than others. That is a fact. Yeah. So how would you argue with that? Is it true for you that just because a few thousand years ago some people ate meat that you necessarily do need that? Some people claim that there's parts in the meat that we need. And that is only true for, well, essentially for one thing, that's vitamin B12. That's right. It is in meat, and if you don't eat meat or animal products, let's say animal products here because it's also available in other animal products, then you should get it from somewhere else. It's not that easy to get enough vitamin B12 from plant-based sources. That is correct. But that's the only thing. Everything else you can get from vegetables, fruits, plants. Proteins, you get enough proteins from plants. You get enough of everything from plants. If you think about it, what does the animal eat? We humans, we usually eat herbivores. We don't eat carnivores. So they eat plants. They get their protein from plants, and we get the protein from them eating the plants. So we could also directly eat the plants and leave out the animal in between. That works for us, of course. Our bodies are also not necessarily those of carnivores. So we don't have anything to kill other animals. We don't have claws. We don't have the right teeth. We have our weapons. That is true. And we made it on top of everything. We can kill any animal on this planet with our weapons. But that also just came some time ago. Before that, before we had our high mental capacities to build weapons, we were not able to kill any animal we wanted. So it is, well, hard to say if, let's say people say we are omnivores or carnivores just because we can kill everything and we can eat anything. That is not true in my opinion. We cannot kill a whale. We cannot kill a rhino if we don't have any weapons. So, should we really eat it? I don't think so. Our whole body, our teeth, our digestive system is rather much, let's say, made to be herbivore and not to be carnivore. That is one step that explains why we shouldn't eat too much meat. A lot of people want meat in their diet, and if you cannot live without it, that's okay for me. But maybe you should consider just lowering your intake of meat and animal products in general, just to be a little bit safer. Don't eat meat every day. Don't eat meat 3 times a day. Have it once a week. Have it twice. And for the rest of the time, just eat plant-based. Eat no or low processed foods. That's the most important thing. Processed foods are the worst. No matter what kind of foods, if you process them, if you deep fry them, whatever, that's not a good thing. Go for whole foods and unprocessed foods. That's one of the most important things I can tell you. But coming back to meat, so we have learned that from our bodies and from our evolution, we did eat a lot of meat, but not necessarily have to eat meat because we're not necessarily carnivores or omnivores. Studies today suggest that we shouldn't eat a lot of meat because the consumption of a lot of meat and a lot of processed meat is linked to certain diseases, bad diseases that we wouldn't want. So having a diet that consists of less meat and less animal products in general, I want to add here, can be very beneficial for our health. So the past and the present tells us to eat a lot of plants, a lot of vegetables. I myself, I'm not 100% vegan. However, I'm mostly vegan at the time. But every time I eat animal products, I do think to myself, well, is it really necessary to do that right now? Because we have good alternatives, and it would be even better for my diet and even better for my health to just avoid those animal products as well. So we'll see if I will turn into a 100% vegan at one time. I'm not sure about that, and I'm not trying to convince anybody to go fully vegan. However, I do strongly believe that consuming less meat, less animal products is an essential part for our health and our diet. So that is all I wanted to say for today. If you can consume just less meat and less animal products, and you will be healthier in general, and you will also have more energy, because the digestion of meat and animal products just takes more energy and makes you more lethargic than the consumption of plants. Yeah, if you liked this video, if you like my videos in general, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and leave a like. It really helps me with my videos. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. I will be very happy to answer them. And until next time, eat healthy and stay healthy.